Hey, Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Shem Shai Bashim Hamdash, the ones who passed the great millstone, and Shalom to you brothers in the highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully and continually fighting that good fight of faith. Lord willing, we're finding that number to be delivered. Alright? So I just want to speak on a couple quick things, mainly about this new movie that's out on Netflix called Atlas, and starring Jennifer Lopez, and she plays the character Atlas. And it got me thinking, basically about, the times that we're coming upon, man, and mainly the MOTB. And there's a scene in there that had me really thinking about, the position she was put in. There was a crossroads that she had to come to. And that crossroads pretty much had her, in a position where she had to make a decision. Right? And we understand and we know that, the hour of temptation that's coming about to the whole world is going to be a time where you're going to be put in a position that you're going to have to make a decision. All right? Mainly to accept that MOTB and what the ramifications are going to be either way. All right? Either way you flip it, there's ramifications. All right. So, for example, if you don't take it, in this kingdom, you're gonna pretty much go hungry. All those outside of this thing of ours, and all those outside of believing in Yahweh Shem Shai, you're gonna go hungry. You're gonna be put in a position where, at first, you think you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm standing my ground, and I'm protecting myself. But ultimately, what's going to end up happening is you're going to have to make a decision, all right? Whether it be your life, or whether you decide that you're going to just succumb and say, fuck it, all right? The flip side to that is, you take it and you deal with Yahweh Shem Shai, all right? So going back to the movie, now I don't want to give it be a spoiler, so I'm gonna try to speak about it in a very just basic form, if you will. So she was some elite commander at some point, and she went back to talk to these troops about the dreadfulness of AI and Neuralink. Now we've been hearing a lot about Neuralink and AI for the past few years now. All right, so basically that's what the movie was about, and she was highly opposed of anybody, using AI or being a part of the Neuralink, right? So there was a scene where they were on a spaceship, and she was trying to tell the commander that XYZ, you shouldn't be doing this. I've seen this, type of shit happen before, blah, blah. So all of a sudden they were under attack. When they got under attack, everybody was, running everywhere. Now they had these machines that looked like robots, but you was able to get inside of it, right? And in the process of you getting inside of this, you had to be linked. You had to be neurally linked to this machine in order for it to work properly. So she jumped in this machine, and next thing you know, the ship that they were on got blown up. Everybody's outside floating in space. She was crashing towards this other ship, and one of the other, comrades, if you will, saved her. But as they grabbed her with the tether, it was like, you gotta link to the machine. You gotta link to the machine. And she was like, no. And it was like, you have to do it. The only way we can save you is if you link to the machine. And that got me thinking about the RFID, man. MOTB. It got me thinking. You gonna have to eat. You're gonna have to, be a part of the system. If you don't, you're gonna be in dire straits, right? So therefore, because she didn't link, because she highly believed that she didn't want anybody, or anything messing with her thoughts and in her mind and controlling her, right? So she plummeted to the ground, boom, hit the ground, and that was that. So the machine, the robot that she was in, kind of came to and was speaking to her. and he was, you know, it was AI compatible, and he was like, you know, you have to link to me so we can, you know, we can understand each other, so on and so forth. And she was denying it. So I'm gonna leave it at that and let y'all see the rest and the ultimate, you know, decision she made. I'll let y'all go see that movie. But going back to the MOTB and being linked to this society by via that mark, you know, it's real, man. This shit is serious. All right, we ain't telling you these things for no goddamn reason. This is serious business that we're about to embark on, and the Lord's gonna make sure that these things come to pass, man. You got a lot of guys out there who are just pushing their own agenda, and a lot of guys, in Israel are still chasing, you know, all types of bullshit. All right. So again, you wanna be on the side and be with men who are trying to let you know what the hell's going on, you know, scripturally. We have been set up as watchmen to warn you, right? And we've been warning for a long time, not to mention the apostles and elders of Great Millstone have been warning about these days that are coming, man. It ain't nothing pretty. But because the Lord said things were going to tarry, people forget and they let these things, you know, somewhat, you know, disappear from their thought process. And when that happens, you don't really think about, you know, I'm not thinking about that chip. There's not going to be nothing here. There's nothing to worry about. I'll worry about that time I'll cross that bridge when the time comes. Well, you better get it in your goddamn mind. All right, you better get it in your mind, because that time is coming. That time is truly coming, and before you know it, it's gonna be at the door, and they're gonna be asking you to march down to your local, you know, convention center to get chipped up, to get your mark, to get your daily stipend for your food via the chip. Because more and more we're seeing these stores going digital. More and more we're seeing these stores with these access pads, if you will, where you have to, you know, put your hand up or put your head up, or whatever the case may be. These things are happening more and more, man, and there's no denying that the time is we here. This is that time. This is the time that we speak of. All right. So all that being said, man, the time that the hour of temptation that's on the horizon, the things that are going to be done to people, at the first it may be voluntary, all right, but when they start putting the chokehold on this world concerning, as what the scripture says, that no man's gonna buy or sell. You think the Lord was bullshitting when he said that? You think the Lord was bullshitting? Straight up, you ain't gonna be able to do a goddamn thing unless you're linked to this society, man. All right? And this is where trusting in Yahweh Shem Yahushai comes in. This is where putting your life in the Lord's hands and not worrying about what these devils can do to you and what these devils can deprive you of. All right? The Lord said the things that he has set in store for us can't compare. The things that are in this kingdom can't compare to what the Lord has in store for us. Yeah, we're gonna lose some loved ones. Yeah, we're gonna be put in positions where, you know, we may see our family members get put to death. What do you think the Maccabees brothers in the story was about for? What do you think that was written for, man? The Lord said through the Apostle Paul, all things were written for our learning. So Lord willing, it don't come, but it's gonna happen, man. And we just hope and pray that the Lord keeps us, you know, covered, you know, under his shield and buckler while these things are going on around about us, man. You know, and if you guys want to follow these guys who are chasing, you know, fashion, who are chasing all types of just, you know, worldly attention, you can go ahead and follow them. Because being involved with this thing, you're always plagued, man. Your thought process, and what I mean by that is just the shit you got to deal with on a daily basis. the shit that comes our way, the grief that comes our way. You know, brothers may get together, you know, chop it up a little bit, laugh a little bit, but at the end of the day, man, it goes right back to reality where we're in fucking Babylon, man. We're in captivity. Who the hell in history, being in captivity, enjoyed themselves? So how the hell can you enjoy yourself knowing who you are, being in captivity, knowing that this kingdom ain't your kingdom? Striving to be the best you can be in Esau's kingdom is one of the worst things you can do, because you got to conform to this world. You got to be a part of this world. You got to be accepted in this world. The Lord said a prophet's not accepted, right? We're not accepted in this kingdom, man. And this is why a lot of people hate Great Millstone from the top to the bottom, because we don't preach the smooth things. We don't talk about the easy things. Being in this thing, your life is going to be hell, man. And the only real joy you get, honestly, you know, and I speak as a man, but the only real joy we get sometimes is when we are with the brotherhood and we are here doing this work, man. But when camp ends, and you know, you come out of that zone and you're back into the world, it's like, God damn, you know. With all that being said, man, the Lord is about to make these things happen. All right. And go check out that movie. It's called Atlas. It's a pretty decent watch. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.